Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to give you guys an overview of the families I play on The Sims 2, what my neighborhoods look like, things like that. Just a little disclaimer before we start. As you can see, my neighborhoods seem to be in Polish. I don't play my game in Polish anymore. I used to play it in Polish, but then I switched it back to English. However, it kept the Polish names with the Polish descriptions, so yeah. I don't really play any of the actual Sims 2 neighborhoods because I had installed the neighborhoods as shopping districts because I just like the idea of the the families from, for example, Pleasant View and Strange Town kind of bumping into each other. But yeah, I'm just gonna give you a tour around the maps. I'm gonna start from Valoria Hollow because it's the first in the list. So this is Valoria Hollow. I had made a couple of videos about the Valoria family, and I was planning to make this neighborhood into like a YouTube story town. However, I don't know, I just feel like people didn't actually seem to enjoy the content that I was producing related to the Valoria family. This is what the neighborhood looks like. I made it myself. This is the Valoria family. We have Countess Isadora Valoria, who is a pleasure sim. We have Lavinia Valoria, who is a knowledge sim. We have Caspian Valoria, who is a popularity sim. And we have Felix Valoria, who is still a child. That is kind of what they look like. And that is what the neighborhood looks like. Kind of added a forest there. I actually really like what I did with the space. I didn't want a huge map for this, but yeah. And on to the next one. So the next in line is Isla. Just very wise description. Just poopies. Okay, so let's visit that. So this this neighborhood has nothing to do with YouTube. This is kind of my personal neighborhood that I play when I want to wind down. I mostly use it as a business town. That is why there are a lot of businesses here, because my favorite way to play The Sims 2 is as a business, like as a business simulator. So I'm gonna just go over the families that I created. So here we have like a home business lot, and there's the Lopez family. My intention with this family was to make them I've kind of visualized them as being like Puerto Rican, Cuban, something like that. Yeah. And so we have Domingo Lopez, who is a fortune aspiration. We have Blanca Lopez, who is also a fortune sim, fortune aspiration sim. We have Pedro Lopez, who is knowledge aspiration, and we have Rosa Lopez, who is also a knowledge aspiration sim. And we have Belen Lopez, who is a knowledge aspiration sim. Now, when I had initially created this family, So these two are married. These two are married, right? I believe Domingo and Pedro are brothers, and Belen is Rosa and Pedro's daughter. I had also created another sim who was Blanca and Domingo's daughter, but the game decided to just delete her. So Belen unfortunately doesn't have a cousin because of that. But, you know, considering the personality that they have, I feel like it makes sense that they don't have any children. But yeah, that is the Lopez family. So next up is the Montreal. So I pictured what? So I pictured two Canadian sisters in this family. Montreal, I don't know if it's an actual last name in Canada. I just came up with it. They are two sisters with a flower business. Yeah, and they have a cat. So Cassidy Montreal, she's a knowledge aspiration sim, and Raisa Montreal, who is a fortune aspiration sim. And then we have Mr. Buttons Montreal, who is a cutie. And then we have Flores, and that is the Flores family. And yeah, we have Daniel Flores. I don't remember. I think this also was a Latino family that I created. I think yeah, my intention was to kind of make them Latinos. So Daniel Flores, Cristina Flores, sorry, they're both knowledge sims. Mercoledi Flores, knowledge sim. Carlos Flores, also a knowledge sim. And Lupe Flores, who also is a knowledge sim. If you didn't notice, knowledge aspiration is my favorite. So yeah, I basically give it to everyone because of that. I think I was kind of inspired by the Addams family with this family. But yeah, that's the Flores family. And then I have the Bratz family, which, I mean, I guess it's self-explanatory what it's inspired by. So we have Sasha, who is basically inspired by Sasha. She's a popularity aspiration. We have Yasmin, who is a family aspiration. We have Jade, who is knowledge aspiration. And we have Chloe, who is fortune aspiration. So yeah, that is the Bratz family. And here we have the Calafato family. With this one, I was kind of inspired by like a Sicilian, like that's what I had in mind. Like I visualized a kind of Sicilian family. So we have Carlotta Calafato, who is fortune aspiration. We have Raimondo Calafato, also fortune. Then Chiara Calafato, family. Mario Calafato, knowledge. Marcellino Calafato, fortune. Martina Calafato, family. And then we have a little kitty called Bottoncino Calafato. And yeah, so the kind of business that they're running is a car business. That's why they have so many cars. And the cars are produced by Raimondo Calafato. But he is teaching his son-in-law, Mario, to kind of keep up his business. after he maybe in the future passes away. Although, to be honest, I tend to turn the aging off because I don't like seeing my Sims die. It's too sad. I don't like that. Yeah. This lot is owned by the Bratz family. It's just H&M. It's just H&M. That's all I can say. Who is this owned by? That's also owned by Bratz. Yeah. What is that? And that's also owned by Bratz. So Bratz has quite a few businesses in this neighborhood. So here we have the Tanchinska family, who is just one person. This is Demi Tanchinska. So this sim is literally just inspired by Demi Moore. I think I was watching a Demi Moore movie when I created her for this household. Which movie was I watching? I think St. Elmo's Fire. I think I was watching St. Elmo's Fire when I created her. So yeah, I think Demi Moore is really pretty, so I created her. And here we have the Knott family. I believe that's not... Wait, what was her name in English? Okay, in English it's literally called Cat family. And in English her name is not Patricia, it's Tara. But in Polish her name is Patricia, which means Patricia. And yeah, for some reason after I changed it back to English, it didn't change the names or the descriptions of this family. So we have Mickey Knott, Felicia Sciarotta, and Samantha Knott. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've actually played them in this playthrough. The Cat family and I forgot what their name is in English. Justin, Klimek, Shmigo, Celina, Gabi, and Robert. So that's the Klimek family. And then I literally just called this family Biro, which is another word for pen. It's kind of like a brand name for a pen. I just didn't really know what to call them. And I believe when I switched... Wait. Oh, actually, so this was meant to be a Polish family. So, no. So, the mom is Polish. Her last name is Hawat. No. I don't remember what I was doing with this family. I think I made her Polish. But for some reason, her name is Carmen. That is not a Polish name. Unless it's a... What likely happened is when I switched my game to Polish, it changed her last name and it just kept it like that. So, yeah. But we have Carmen, we have Roman, we have Theodore, we have Lyndon, we have Karol, we have Nikodem, and we have Gaia, and we have Alek. And that's the Biro, aka Hawat family. Yeah, that's all there is in Isla. We have a few townies here. We have Mohra. We have the Mohra family, which I created based on I guess I was inspired to create like a North African family for this family. From like Algeria and stuff. And here we have Yayovsky. What the hell happened to her face? I don't know, but yeah, this is meant to be a Polish family. Although unfortunately in Sims 2 you can't really name the like different people in a household differently. Like, well, you can name them differently. What I mean is, like, you can't give them a different last name. And the thing about Polish last names is that for men, the last names would end with ski, and with women they would end with ska. Unfortunately, I can't change that, so I just default to the man. But yeah, let me see what I have going on in the university. So I'm just using like the Sim State University. I don't think I've done anything actually. Yeah, I just had created it, but I didn't do anything on it. Okay, so next in line is Stylesville. So the Stylesville neighborhood is the one that I use for my super sexy Sims and just challenges. So we have Lingua Franca, who is a very sexy Sim. She's a knowledge Sim because she likes studying languages. We have Turd, Bastard, Mr. Bastard. He is a serial killer, and he comes from a long lineage of Bengal tigers. He has about 10 victims under his belt, but yeah, that is Bastard. And then here we have Low Cash, who is now High Cash. Well, she's Low Hayat, which yeah, if you want to see her story, just watch some of the latest videos related to her. She's part of my Rags to Riches videos. I actually don't know if I ever intend to play Bastard anymore, because I played him once in a stream called trying to create the most evil Sims 2 sim. But the thing is, right, I kind of have a moral code, and I kind of feel guilty about killing all those townies. So yeah, I don't think I can face the consequences of my actions, unfortunately. Here we have the Islanders from Love Island. So when you guys will be watching this, by the time you will be watching this, the Islanders will probably be a bit different, but so far we have Tia, we have Zara, we have Sky, we have Demi, we have Jackson, Mason, Luca, and Callum. And they look like that. I may as well alter the house a bit, or just use a different one altogether. We'll see. But yeah, that is Stylesville. I did recently add downtown, but it's just the regular downtown. I didn't really change anything about it, so I don't feel like I have to show you that. Okay, I think you can live without that. And we also have the Rosacea neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that I created myself, and I put all these boulders and trees because I wanted it to look cute. I didn't build any of this. Here I have my Sim self. Can I see her? No. Okay, let's just visit her. Might as well, right? Macriaje is my old YouTube name. As you may know, I'm now Simsco, But yeah, I still use my sim self, like in case I need thumbnails. You probably have noticed my sim self on the thumbnails related to my builds. Why is she making that face? Why is there a fire engine? What happened here? Anyway, so I don't really play her, I just use her. But yeah, that's my sim self. I should probably close her mouth. So that is what she normally looks like. She doesn't really look like me. She looks far more glamorous, but she has the distinct features that I use in every sim that I use to represent me, which is black hair, very pale skin, brown eyes, and red lipstick, and black clothes generally. So yeah, that is my sim self, with a random fire engine in the background. Yeah, so let's move on to the next bit of the tour. Yeah, so we have a bunch of houses here that I didn't build, but I wanted to kind of fill the area up, make it look welcoming, put some businesses here. These are all decorations that I just put there to make it feel a bit less empty, you know. Here I have houses that I've built in the past. You may have seen my speed builds related to them. This is the florist dream household, which I called Florizia, which you can't see because of this big decoration here. But yeah, that is Florizia. And this is the artist house, and I called it Artiste. How original is that? So original, honestly. But yeah, that is Rosacea. I called it Rosacea because I didn't really know what else to call it. But yeah, and then as a shopping district for Rosacea, I added Pleasant View, which is called Miłowo in Polish. For some reason, it came in Polish. And we have Strangetown. So I haven't really played these much. Whatever I play from this neighborhood, I probably would upload it onto YouTube. But yeah, and I didn't change anything about this neighborhood. It's just vanilla, basically. Had I put any description for that? No. I was very basic and I just left the default thing. What about this? Nope. What about this? Oh, right, poopies. And what about that? Oh, we can read this actually. So the Valoria Hollow neighborhood description says, named for the Valorias, who are the most powerful family in town. Basically the only one at the minute. This neighborhood has been a landmark for many historic moments, although one must ask himself, are the Valorias as wealthy as they make themselves out to be? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of short video. It was quite short, right? Especially like compared to all my rambly videos where I just ramble, which I'm basically doing right now. I hope you've enjoyed my tour, and I hope to see you soon. Hope to catch you on the flip side. Bye.